Well, each week the great man does his UK report with the political editor of the Express Online, David Maddox. But before we cross to David in London, I saw on his Twitter account earlier that there are wildfires in London just outside his bathroom. Check this out. When I read all this coverage the other day about a heat wave across the UK, I thought it was just a case of the Poms not being able to cope with a bit of excessive sunshine. But it's actually becoming very serious. London Fire Brigade Assistant Commissioner Jonathan Smith said some of the fires in the city were the result of tinderbox conditions and said Tuesday evening would be critical in ensuring the fires were kept under control. For the first time, Britain has recorded temperatures of over 40 degrees. British train companies cancelled services and some schools were closed. Flights were suspended at Luton Airport after staff identified a runway defect, and the hot weather had melted the runway at the Royal Air Force's Brize Norton Air Base. Sales of electric fans, hoses, air conditioning units and sprinklers are going through the roof. The London Fire Brigade received more than 1,600 calls yesterday, and London Mayor Sadiq Khan has urged Londoners to not light any barbecues, as if you would. So let's cross to David Maddox to get the latest from the UK. David, is that fire near your house still burning?
I think it is, but I think thankfully it's under control. We were definitely heading to the second Great Fire of London at one point yesterday with blazes right around the city. It was something like out of Apocalypse Now, actually, from where I'm living. But we Poms, we're kind of professionals at complaining about the weather. This may actually be the first time that we've actually got some genuine cause to complain. But there you go.
Well, also the fireproof ratings of your houses. I imagine those buildings aren't really designed to withstand fire that often, are they?
No, and in London, people see all these kind of lovely new buildings going up, but actually an awful lot of the housing is kind of 1930s, 1940s, 50s. It's really quite dangerous, actually. If a blaze really did kind of get into the housing areas, it could be catastrophic.
David, are they saying how long this heat wave will last?
Apparently it's going to break near the end of the week, so we're all got our fingers crossed. Actually, quite looking forward to the rain. I mean, obviously we'll complain about it when it rains, but we are actually looking forward to getting soaked. So.
Right, and what does this do to train services and public transport? Is public transport still operating?
Well, just about. It's slowed down the trains. They've decided to run less trains. There's a bit of a suspicion, actually, that this is being used as a kind of excuse because people don't want to go to work. In the end, it's just a hot summer day.
Well, speaking about,
of course, I should say, of course, the usual crowd have been coming out mostly on our broadcast media saying this, of course, is climate change. It's not climate change. It's just a hot summer day, basically.